Hello, hi. Um, this is my fourth plea, as I've said, my second video. First two were written pleas to the Supreme Court of Canada. And the last time I had a maple leaf for luck. This time I have a Tudor rose, and I typed it all out, and increase the font size so I can read it to you from where I'm standing. All right, so this is because I have several pieces of work from the past 5+ years in three areas: chemical engineering and related fields, political writing, and a few literary essays and literary pieces of mostly analysis, very few literary pieces. Remember, I have a resume on my LinkedIn page, the figures of speech for Love's Labour's Laws, Shakespeare's Love's Labour's Laws, and other pieces. And for the third is four pieces of creative nonfiction and one. Four collections of creative nonfiction and one collection of fiction. All right, so I'm hoping for just an internet publication at this stage, and a paycheck from each work source of $75 maybe, because it's nice to receive some money, and then I'll pass this on to a leading book publisher and hope to have it published. All right, so as books and paid some more money, I guess. Not what I deserve, of course, but my fourth plea to the Supreme Court of Canada, to the Chief Justice. This is by me, Gayatri Bisitaram. Chief Justice, you're a fine man, a man of integrity, which is evident from your position as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada. I refrained from acquainting myself with your personal details because I wanted to preserve your personal space and peace of mind and your right to solitude. Interjecting within brackets, as I have written out, I wanted to make an appointment to see you if the court paid 50% of my costs and if my husband agreed to it. Closing brackets, right to solitude as an individual, a man in an enviable position, a position coveted by many in the legal profession. Of all the 9 Chief Justices in the Supreme Court of Canada, you were the only man with a conscience and a heart for the right thing to be done to me, or to be done by me. A hardworking and intelligent and talented woman, an engineer, writer, artist, and a mother of a working son who turns 27 years in another couple of weeks. I myself am 57 years of age and view certain jovial comments towards men on their sexual likes and dislikes as a bit crude and frown upon these, possibly because I have a son and have learned a lesson in life that certain aspects of life may be harsh for the opposite sex, men. And if any such comments have come your way, Chief Justice, then please forgive me, for I have no actual knowledge of these in reality. From what stray uh, voices have let fall upon my ear. This is what I have gathered. I read Portia's plea in William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. And it is actually unfortunate that Shylock is looking for justice and not Antonio with respect to the payment of his lost wealth. At the risk of sounding like a preacher, I must say that the quality of justice is what we hope for in Canadian society, as we do in cases like mine for mercy. A line from a blues song comes to my mind: Lord, have mercy on me. You, Chief Justice, are the Lord in my case, and if the Lord commanded that will, you deliver justice after careful deliberation and careful assessment of my work submissions. And this is my heartfelt plea to you. I want both mercy and justice, and in the Bard style of writing, the quality of justice is a characteristic which determines the granting of moral rights to an individual like me, an individual who has been naive enough to think that a country as rich as Canada in its moral DNA, will not deny me justice. Justice that I'm convinced I deserve for all of my good work in all three areas of execution, including the sub areas that I have worked in. Justice that is granted by your Chief Justice on a daily basis. Justice that would behove you to grant me, for this, that this would be just and legal in the unwritten laws of society for work and pay, again within brackets, publication with token pay for an internet publication in all three cases for me are work and pay are synergistic. I think from the feedback I have had that you're a just and kind man with the right moral moral frame of mind. Please grant me justice publication on the internet of all of my work submission in all the areas and sub areas I have worked in. The, um, the quality of justice is hallowed and divine. It is quadruple blessed, for it blesses him that gives, and blesseth her that takes, and blesseth the country that allows the peace of justice, and blesseth the institution that grants this peace of justice. This is the Supreme Court of Canada, and I expect no less or no more than my deserved share of justice, Chief Justice. Thank you. And I hope my plea will be heard and I will be granted justice. I know you've sought to grant me even more justice than I have asked. Publication as in book format after the internet publication, after which I've checked if all of my work is included, and a token payment of $75 from each work source, publication in book format, and about 300 to $350 from each work source, and actually this would be given by the Supreme Court of Canada yourself, so sitting for Veritas for me, and but at this time, just the part one is enough for me. Internet publication with $75 from each work source. All right. Thank you so much for hearing me out, for hearing me, for hearing my plea, and for considering my case, looking at my case, looking at my work submissions. For this is what is expected from the Supreme Court of Canada in Canada, because from what I've learned, as I said in my past video plea, the Supreme Court of Canada is, along with the Prime Minister of Canada and the Senate, all these three bodies have equal power to execute justice. Thank you.